Turkish Baykar's Kemankesh 2 new game-changer in warfare. Kemankesh 2 mini smart cruise missile test fired successfully. The Kemankesh 2 missile, developed by Baykar with its own resources, has a range of 200+ kilometers. The tests of high-tech unmanned systems developed by Baykar continue successfully. The testing process of the Kemankesh 2 mini smart cruise missile, which will be carried out at the Baykar Flight Training and Test Center in Keşan, Edirne, has started. The mini smart cruise missile, which can stay in the air for about 1 hour, will be able to travel rapidly thanks to its jet engine, and will be able to show effectiveness against the most risky targets behind enemy lines. Kemankesh 2, which has a mission range of 200+ kilometers, will be able to recognize its target thanks to its artificial intelligence-supported optical guidance system, and will have the ability to destroy it with pinpoint accuracy, even in harsh weather conditions. It will change the balances on the battlefield by performing autonomous flight with its artificial intelligence-supported autopilot system and neutralizing strategic targets with high precision. Kemankesh 2, which can be used in day and night conditions, will be able to operate without being affected by electronic jamming thanks to its anti-jamming technology. Kemankesh 2 will provide support to the user in data tracking by transmitting all the data and images it obtains to the ground control station. Why is Baykar Kemankesh so important? Named after the Turkish imperial archery tradition, the most prominent aspect that makes Kemankesh special is its design philosophy, as described in the international military science literature. Baykar has officially introduced Kemankesh in the category of mini smart cruise missiles. However, it is highly likely that in the near future, many international publications will describe Kemankesh as a loitering munition. It is precisely this ambiguous characteristic that makes the Kemankesh an element of the modern battlefield. The Ukraine-Russia war demonstrated the importance of long-range systems capable of hitting the enemy's rear with precision guidance, even with a light warhead. In this set of capabilities, cruise missiles and mobile munitions, also known as kamikaze drones, are increasingly mixed in hybrid weapon systems. The Kemankesh combines the genetic codes of mini-cruise missiles and mobile munitions. What makes Kemankesh different from other munitions? Kemankesh is not only an intelligent long-range munition, but also a weapon system with reconnaissance, surveillance, and intelligence capabilities. This is because its sensor capabilities are at least as important as its warhead. With this feature, Kemankesh will bring the information superiority of Turkey's robotic warfare capability to a new dimension. Let us not forget that intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, and target acquisition data provided by armed unmanned aerial vehicles, UCAVs, and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, have led to a gradual increase in the performance of ground fire support assets, artillery, and multiple rocket launcher systems. The Second Karabakh War was the most realistic indication that this trend could be applied in the context of conventional warfare. With the Ukraine-Russia war, the trend became common practice. Today, unmanned systems play a significant role not only in reconnaissance, surveillance, intelligence, and target acquisition missions, but also in battle damage assessment, from ballistic missile attacks to artillery operations. For example, thanks to its electro-optical camera, in a hypothetical scenario where 2 munitions are dropped from the Bayraktar TB2, Kemankesh will provide an intelligence image that can scan different areas of the same battlefield. Moreover, after releasing the munitions, Bayraktar TB2 will have the opportunity to forget the target and move to different intelligence gathering areas. Therefore, it is important to be prepared for tactical options that are much more flexible and imaginative than the previous operational designs based on Mini-Intelligent Munitions L, MAM-L, and Mini-Intelligent Munitions C, MAM-C. Of course, advanced data link capacity seems to be the first requirement for network-centric operations. In addition, the 1-hour endurance announced for Kemankesh is also important for the development of this scenario. In Kemankesh's future modernization projects, increasing its airborne endurance will also increase its intelligence, reconnaissance, and surveillance capabilities. The goal of building a weapon system suitable for operational environments under intense electronic warfare pressure is another issue that needs to be emphasized. The electromagnetic spectrum is one of the decisive areas of modern warfare and operational environments, and losing a battle in the electromagnetic spectrum often leads to a series of negative consequences in other dimensions. With a range of approximately 200 kilometers, Kemankesh will keep the platform carrying it in a safe firing range outside the effective ranges of many air defense systems considered effective against UCAVs, such as Manpads, Russian Pantsir, and Tor M2. This capability is particularly important for the Bayraktar TB2. Finally, it would be useful to reiterate the assessment we made for Kızılelma in this medium. Kemankesh, like Kızılelma, is the DNA of defense technology and a time machine. As much as we talk about the combat capabilities it provides today, the framework of where can the Kemankesh family develop in 10 years seems much more critical than today's strategic issues. Thanks for watching. Subscribe Defense Lab's YouTube channel for aviation and defense industry news and updates.